doing the dance, the Carl dance, doing the dance, the Carl dance.
Hi, I'm Culture of Truth. I could single out any number of moments from the Republican debates of the last 2 days, from Mitt Romney's incoherent discussion of a constitutional right to privacy, to his detailed discussion of super PAC ads he hasn't seen but supports, to Rick Santorum's assertion that Barack Obama has a secular mindset, and that you can't trust a nation run by people who believe in a good afterlife. But I would like to highlight something you will not hear about in any of the detailed discussions of the debates in the media. These are some of the questions asked by the moderator of this morning's debate, David Gregory, to Jon Huntsman. Quote, "This is, by all accounts, an age of austerity for this country, a jobs crisis, also a spending crisis in Washington. I wonder what specifically you would say to Americans. These are the cuts I'm going to make in federal spending that cause pain, that will require sacrifice." Later, he asked, quote, "Governor Huntsman, name 3 areas where Americans will feel real pain in order to balance the budget." He asked a third time, quote, "3 programs that will make Americans feel pain, sir." Later, he asked Rick Santorum, quote, "Senator Santorum, same question. 3 programs that would have to be cut to make Americans feel pain, to sacrifice, if we're going to balance the budget," unquote. John DiStaso of the Union Leader asked Jon Huntsman if cuts to home heating oil subsidies is an example of the pain that must be suffered. Gregory, following up, said, quote, "Governor Romney, this is such an important topic because beyond the regional implication, there's also the larger question about the social safety net. You talk all the time about opportunity for Americans, but what about Americans left behind? In this age of austerity, what do Americans have to learn to live with less of?" Unquote. Interestingly, Newt Gingrich pointed out, quote, "David, you know, I find it fascinating that very, very highly paid Washington commentators and Washington analysts love the idea of pain." Unquote. Newt Gingrich is not going to be the nominee or the president. Only 2 of the candidates, Rick Perry and Ron Paul, even hold office, and none of them are national leaders of the Republican Party or even greatly influence the national political debate. But insiders like David Gregory do, and Newt knows his pundits well. Indeed, David Gregory is certain that we need to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, and, like most Beltway pundits, believes that we are in an age of austerity, and that all serious political leaders must require sacrifice and inflict pain on the people. This assumption, pushed by millionaire talk show hosts, dominates the political discourse in Washington and will continue to do so in the next year, regardless of who the Republican nominee happens to be. And that is the most ridiculous thing that happened this Sunday.